What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a great day wherever you happen to be in the world. As a disclaimer, I always start these videos. If you see any scam ads on this, do not participate in those whatsoever. I wanted to touch base on a couple of things today, mainly Casino Coin and the Cred platform filing for bankruptcy. But I also wanted to touch base a little bit more just on mindset as well as mentality in this market. We saw Bitcoin just basically go on a not parabolic, but quite a high spike in price. What was it, like close to 16K? And I looked on Twitter like a day or two ago. There was one daily candle that was in the red, and everybody was saying the market was crashing again. I will just tell you, there are people that expect dips below 12K again. There are people that don't expect that. What I will say is nothing goes straight up and nothing goes straight down in this market. It just doesn't happen until that parabolic rise occurs, which we are obviously not there yet. We see multiple periods of consolidation. Generally, during periods of consolidation, assuming we are still in an uptrend, you will see altcoins start to rise at a very rapid pace. But, the mindset of, oh my God, this digital asset is up 25% in one day, but my digital asset that I've had for 2 months hasn't done anything. Let me sell everything that I've waited for and researched and invested into this digital asset. That is something that happens to many people that are new in this space. I made those mistakes in late 2017, the beginning of 2018, where if I would have just maintained my positions, I would have been much better off, especially in the middle of 2017. So, this is just you can see here, this chart just isn't a straight line up. It isn't a straight line down. I don't chart. I'm not a technical analyst by any means whatsoever, but these things take time. These moves take time. We all know where this space is going. My opinion, 100%, Bitcoin will break its all-time high. I think it's pretty clear at this point that at some point that happens. But I believe, and I actually don't even hold Bitcoin, but I do believe that alts are going to run. And when they run, I believe that it's going to be a very ridiculous run. But I don't believe that run's going to be based on pure utility yet. It's going to still be another speculative run. So I'm interested to see how this plays out. This just goes to show when you're looking at some of these quote unquote analysts, this dude follows me on Twitter. I'm not trying to knock his analysis at all, but I wanted to show you rhetoric here. This is November 8th. This is yesterday. And the next one I'm going to show you is from August 28th. So about 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, the November 8th post, XRP could outperform Bitcoin in 2021 from this crypto analyst. XRP could surprise everyone, could be on a path to have a year similar to 2017, may outperform Bitcoin in 2021 above the 25-cent price area and could be in consolidation. XRP's obviously been in consolidation for quite some time now. This is this curved chart here. We can see, and actually this chart right here, maybe I'll blow it up a little bit for you all. I actually don't disagree with this too much, but I try to, if I do look at charts, there's simple things like double bottoms, etc., that you can look at, and I believe that we have or we're about to double bottom based on the I think it's from the last 2018 bottom against the Bitcoin. I don't look at XRP versus USD. I only look at anything against Bitcoin at this point. But this is from yesterday, okay? This dude is literally saying XRP may outperform Bitcoin in 2021, which I 100% agree with. It could 100% happen. I believe at some point it definitely happens. We're going to see utility completely usurp something like Bitcoin, not knocking Bitcoin holders. I believe the price is going to go up. I believe all-time high is going to be broken, et cetera, et cetera. We'll get more into that in a little while. This is this Timothy Peterson guy, though. Cane Island Alternative Investors. Cane Island Digital.com. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever. I just found this and found it interesting that in August 28th, the same guy is saying XRP may never reach $1, let alone $10. So when you look at crypto websites, number one, you always have to take everything you see with a great and gigantic caveat because you don't really know what you're looking at. You don't know if that's loaded verbiage that is hoping to lead people towards proof of work or one certain way. You don't know if it's loaded verbiage in any sort of way. You always need to vet everything that you look into in this space. So this guy, completely different post, yesterday saying that XRP is going to outperform Bitcoin, but then 2 months ago stating that it may never reach $1. And I did want to give a shout out though to this website because I always try to find utility even in things that I don't agree with, and I really rarely ever look at anybody that charts and base my investment decisions based on that whatsoever. The one thing I will say is it's not a I wouldn't be opposed to like agreeing with somebody saying that, hey, I'm solely watching the BTC or Bitcoin USD chart and I'm making moves accordingly, because Bitcoin USD has the longest history. There's people that have proven that they can chart against USD with Bitcoin, but I don't hold Bitcoin, so I guess that really doesn't mean a whole lot for me, right? Now, this website, though, Cane Island Digital, does have some great reference points that because I went to this website because I just am interested and I look up whatever all the time. Monthly chart package, annual chart package, these are free. And these show returns on a monthly basis, the best digital assets based on these months. And this is the whole year of 2019. They have 2020 on here as well. So if I was, looking at this and let's say it was 2019, I can see in June, Bitcoin had a 26.7% return. July, Bitcoin had a negative 7.2%. So it looks like July had a little bit of a consolidation period. Things were going down. In August, we can see the best returning assets on a monthly basis. And to bring that into perspective for 2020, I think that that's a very valuable asset to have and to look back and be able to see which assets. This probably isn't across the board. I'm assuming this metric is based on maybe the top 10 or top 20 or whatever, but still an interesting little periodic table here of digital assets, if you will. I try to find the good in everything that I'm looking at. The moral of that story is, don't freak out when you see prices going a certain way and you see other assets going up and yours aren't. This market is not based on utility at this point in time. This market is based on speculation. Some of these low cap coins, especially the low cap coins, announcements drive price sometimes. If you can catch the announcements, there's been times where I've caught an announcement at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. I looked at the price and it was like not up at all. And then looked again at the price at like 2 or 3 p.m. and the price is up like 25%. There have been those moments for me as well. But the large cap coins price, especially XRP, we know price doesn't, announcements for Ripple do not affect XRP whatsoever. But, you can go and find a lot of news and you can do your own research on that stuff. Just be careful of crypto news sites. Be careful of looking at charting, et cetera, et cetera. There are a lot of good actors in this space, but they're not going to be right 100% of the time. And all of them will tell you that as well. Just like doing this research may mean nothing in the end, but it's what I've chosen to do, and I'm going to continue doing it. I've found some good digital assets doing this. So, interestingly enough, we see here, this is the Council for the European Union. Now, earlier this year, actually it was December 2019, they've announced that they're looking into potentially new legislation for a common approach in the European Union to crypto assets, including stablecoins. And we can see here they had a conference on the 6th, what was that, Friday? Informal video conference of the members of the Working Party on Financial Services. This is about crypto assets, obviously. Not a lot here whenever you actually go to the actual link, but this is obviously in discussion. I did want to bring this up. This is Pfizer's early data shows vaccine is more than 90% effective. Whatever your opinions are on the vaccine, whether you are going to do something or you're not going to do something, that's not the purpose of this. I do want to say, and same thing from a political standpoint, I could care less what somebody else's beliefs are. I have my own, you have your own, it is what it is. I did want to say, though, that obviously this is coming, and I think that we all can be in agreement here. We do want things to get back to normal. We want the economy to pick back up to non-propped up levels, which is essentially what we've been seeing all year. So I'm interested to see how this plays out when this comes about, if they're going to potentially mandate it, how they're going to handle it. This is all just like crypto. I try to research as much as I can. This is interesting to me. All right, now to the meat of this presentation right here. I think many of you, or some of you at least, I know a lot of people in the XRP community have invested into casino coin. I personally never have, but if you're not aware, Casino Coin essentially today had to, or chose to, I should say, add 25 billion to the circulating supply of Casino Coin. The price tanked, went down about 98%. I think it's bounced back a little bit by now. It's like negative 60% now. But apparently there were issues. The project was going to potentially die if they did not add an additional way to fund the project. They decided to add 25 billion tokens to the project. They also laid off or wiped away the entire team of advisors, etc., with exception, to my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, from the technical portions of those teams who are still going to be focusing on furthering the project forward. I hope that all of you just learn I don't want to say learn a lesson. I'm not trying to preach to you guys. Never invest anything more than you can afford to lose in this space. I always preach diversity on this channel. When things like this happen, I don't go, ha ha, I didn't invest in that, so I'm going to say something a certain way. No, I hope that anybody investing in this space does extremely well. There are certain projects that are higher risk that could potentially reap higher benefits, higher dividends for you in return if they succeed, right? For those of you that invested in Casino Coin, I'm assuming that you looked at it as one of those quote unquote higher risk projects. Things in this space are volatile. Things go certain ways sometimes and nobody can control them. I will say that adding 25 billion to a coin circulating supply, to me, obviously that's a last ditch attempt to keep it alive. And I wish them the best. I hope that this project succeeds, but everybody needs to be cognizant and wary in this space of what they're investing in and understanding of the fact that this is a high risk asset space and you can lose everything if you invest everything into one asset. So diversity and hedging amongst multiple different use cases, etc., and even multiple different asset classes, not even including crypto, is always good advice. So yeah, best of luck to Casino Coin again. Any of the people that have invested in this that lost money today, I feel really bad for you guys. And I hope that this project succeeds in the future, though. We can see the price again. Now, the last thing here, as far as the big news today, is this Cred. This is the Cred platform. Essentially, if you hold your digital assets, you get paid back an interest on a annual or whatever their system allocates for as far as returning interest rates, and you gain your portfolio grows because you gain more back than you initially had invested via interest or whatever. Cred customers demand answers after platform files for bankruptcy. Now, they listed their estimated assets in this bankruptcy filing at between $50 and $100 million, and their estimated liabilities between $100 and $500 million, which kind of worries me a little bit about users on the platform getting paid back, even in their initial investments into this platform, regardless of what they potentially gained via interest. So I'm curious to see where this goes. Before I get into talking about this, though, I think the most important thing about talking about Cred, and I don't participate in this platform. I actually don't participate in any platform that's offering me more interest back for my digital assets. I just don't do it. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying that there's ones out there that haven't been vetted and are not legit and are very safe. I just choose not to do it. I recommend very much so that if you're going to get onto one of these platforms and you're already weary and don't know a whole lot about this space, you really need to do your research. And even if you do know a lot about this space, you really need to do your research, because things like this happen. Things like this have historically happened in this space, and things like this will happen again. This is Cred Chapter 11 frequently asked questions, their Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing. For any of you participating in this platform, they have begun to answer some questions here on this website. This website is intercom.help/credpartner/en/collections /2629853 TAC Cred TAC Chapter TAC 11 TAC FAQS. I will post this down in the description of this video as hopefully some sort of a link for more information for those of you that were affected by this. And God, I'm sure that there were some whales on this that really lost a lot and are very worried right now. Even people that don't have a lot invested in this space. Sometimes a small investment of $50 or $100 is all somebody can invest. So it really sucks. I mean, I really feel for the people that were affected by this, but they've got quite a bit of answers on here. I will say, when you're invested in things like this, you need to pay attention, in the days to weeks prior. There's usually some sort of news, something that comes out that makes you want to raise a little bit of an eyebrow here. I believe on October 28th, This Cred platform announced that they would be suspending fund inflows and outflows for 2 weeks. Kind of makes you worried a little bit, right? If you got thousands of dollars, or for some people maybe millions of dollars tied up into this platform, and you can't process funds out of that platform for 2 weeks, come on. That to me would raise a red flag right off the bat. But we'll see how this goes. Again, I have seen some additional things on this, but again, I am just wanting to present the news, and mainly wanted to present this frequently asked questions site for those that may be affected by this. Now, real quick, I saw this today, and this definitely makes me raise an eyebrow. Deutsche Bank announces sale of Postbank systems to Tata Consultancy Services. So apparently, Deutsche Bank already utilizes TCS for their IT platform, but this is just further integration. Why do we care about Tata Consultancy Services? Well, they are very much so tied into crypto. Their TCS Bank, Tata Consultancy Services Bank Cloud, is for asset servicing, includes custody services for cryptocurrency. Also, this cryptocurrency custody platform is going to facilitate and interoperate with trade settlements. So I pay attention to everything with TCS and Tata. They're a giant in this space. Deutsche Bank is selling this Postbank system to Tata Consultancy Services as well. We will pay attention to that. Now in India here, real quick, innovation and emerging tech specialist. This is from Bank of Baroda, the third largest, I believe, multinational banking corporation in India, but exploring the use of innovative solutions and platforms, including cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, AR, and Internet of Things, etc. We can see Bank of Baroda, Indian multinational public sector banking and financial services company, third largest public sector bank in India with 131 million customers, a total business of $218 billion. Now, real quick here, Brad Garlinghouse today did tweet out cautioning against public companies holding Bitcoin. Regardless of your opinions on how the election went in the United States, we all have our own political beliefs. We're all entitled to those as well. I'm going to present this news. I'm going to continue to present this news. Biden to require public companies to disclose climate change related activities and GHG emissions in their operations. Love to see the action on climate change. First, New York Department of Financial Services. Now this, public companies holding Bitcoin Square may want to pay attention. Eyeballs. And I will touch base on this real quick. We see these major behemoth financial institutions across the board. The IMF, European Central Bank, Bank of England, Bank for International Settlements, World Economic Forum obviously ties a lot of different things in. Talking about these green initiatives for 2030. A lot of them even have green initiatives for 2025. My opinion, very much so, is that Bitcoin in the short to medium term will go up in value, but from a long-term sustainability prospect, I think that it's going to have major issues, along with some other proof of work coins. I think Ethereum is going to have it solved by then. I don't invest in like anything proof of work, not financial advice. You do your own thing. I think the whole market's going to go up because I believe this bull run that we're going to see at some point is still going to be driven based on speculation. But when it's based on utility and green digital assets matter, because they matter right now with these developments that these legacy institutions are saying that matter. When green digital assets matter, I think that they're going to have some issues. Some of these digital assets. We know Ethereum's moving to proof of scale, obviously, or proof of stake. I apologize. So Brad's just putting out a warning right here. So, all right. And last but not least, many of you may not care because many of you may not live in New Jersey, but this is just more in the U.S. The new Senate bill in New Jersey proposes regulation of crypto service providers under the Department of Banking and Insurance. If you do live in New Jersey and you're interested in this, you can go to legascan.com and you can check it out. Okay. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Again, I hope that Cred, and I will post that Cred frequently asked questions about their bankruptcy down in the comments or in the description of this video. I will also post any news that I may find on anything additional with Casino Coin, etc. But again, I really feel for the people that get affected by things like this. But it could be any of us. Nothing is for certain. This is a very volatile asset class. Do your own research. Don't let others do it for you. Even if you trust other people, always vet out their research as well and see if you can find additional topics, additional news. And don't hop onto things that seem to be quote unquote hot in this space, because you will 100% get burnt. Trust in your investments, trust in the research that you've done, And, trust that we're all in here together, and I'll continue to put out the news as I can and if it's available. I hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be. All right, later.